Hello everybody, welcome back to Squealing Guitars, the home of vintage and rare guitars here in Stapleford, England. And today we're going to be revisiting our Gibson v Tokai battle. We've just got this beautiful Tokai Love Rock Model in stock with a beautiful quilt maple top, and we coincidentally also have a Les Paul Standard from the USA range of Gibson. So it seemed appropriate to revisit this battle and see who wins the best Les Paul shape. So let's get started. So let's go over the specs of the Tokai. Tokai, the brand, was established in 1947 in Japan, and they've been there ever since, creating high-end replicas of Gibson and other guitar products. Obviously, initially when they opened and when they started replicating the Les Pauls in the 80s, they were met with a lot of legal action, obviously because they were infringing on a lot of trademarks that Gibson had because they were directly copying. But these days, the body is slightly differently designed and the headstock is obviously different to avoid that infringement. But here is the Love Rock model that I have today. As you can see, it boasts a stunning quilt maple top. I believe this is a veneer, but even so, it's got so much depth to it and it sounds so good, so I don't even know why you'd really be bothered if it wasn't a full cap. I think it looks very nice. And on the back here we have a mahogany body and a mahogany neck with the glue-in construction. As you can see in the light, this is a very satin finish, which I think looks really cool. Obviously not very classic to Gibson. Typically all the kind of higher end Gibson models would be high gloss, whereas this is satin. And as you can see, obviously the back of the mahogany, there is some streaking there and it's well matched. So this guitar is basically directly copying a 1959 spec Les Paul. So you can see even by the bridge we have a kind of faux ABR1 where it's drilled directly into the top, which is very Gibson-esque. We have two PAF style humbuckers that are unpotted. You can tell they're unpotted because they feed back very easily and they have that jangly, bright tone. We have the kind of poker chip with rhythm and treble, again very Gibson-like. And we have three-way switch with 2 volumes, 2 tones. And we have these kind of bronzed out knobs that look slightly aged in a way. This model's from 2004, so it's quite an old example now, you know, but it's in great condition, doesn't look like it's been played too much. We have a lovely rosewood fretboard, which is bound with cream binding, and you've got black side dots, just like a Gibson. And then we have the vintage style, kind of Clousson style tuners. And obviously, as you can see there, that headstock just looks beautiful. Very slightly different to the Gibson shape. Obviously, this does have a very, very similar book shape, which I assume would have been a trademark infringement back then. But yeah, it's an absolute stunning piece, really, really nice, and it plays very nice as well. It's got quite a high action on this one, but really good for rock and roll. And here is the Gibson. This is a 2014 Les Paul Standard with a quilt maple top. Obviously, this is a Les Paul Standard from 2014, so it does have quite a lot of modern features, which are kind of very different to the Tokai and what it's trying to replicate. This clearly has a weight-relieved mahogany body with a mahogany neck with more of a D pronounced profile. We also have a switching system where we have single coil and outer phasing options. We're not touching any of that today, we're just doing the standalone humbucker tones, but if you were interested in this guitar, then obviously you know the switching system. Again, these are kind of similar pickups to the Tokai. These are the modern burst booker, which is trying to kind of replicate a low turn humbucker. In this case, we have a Nashville style studded bridge and tailpiece. So you can see there, it's not directly into the top. It's got a little stud in there, which would suggest it's actually a better bridge design because it'd be more solid. Obviously, we have a lovely quilt maple top on this. It's almost, it looks like a fire, it looks like a cloud. It's so nice. And this is a high gloss, as you'll see by the light. So obviously a little bit more of a premium feature on this one. You can see there the mahogany and how it's been dyed. We also have locking Grover tuners on this one. And as you can see, you've got the iconic headstock And as you can see, the Gibson one flicks out a little bit more on the open book design, and we have that same bell truss rod cover with the Standard logo on it. We also have the 12th fret inlay saying 120th anniversary to commemorate 120 years of the Les Paul in 2014. But yeah, beautiful guitar, very nice. Let's hear it in action. Okay guys, so it's time to do the tone comparison between the Les Paul and the Love Rock model. We're starting with the Tokai today. So now I've spent some time with both models, here are my final thoughts. In my opinion, I prefer the look of the Tokai. I think it looks beautiful. I think the finish is very nice. It has a nice orange look to it, and the quilt is just so well pronounced. And I also like the open coil look. I guess I'm a bit of a Slash fan, so I like that kind of classic look. I also thought it played a little bit nicer. I really like the sound of the Tokai. I think it sounded amazing with them PAF pickups. And I think I did prefer it to the Gibson Les Paul tone. So contrary to our previous comparison where the Gibson Les Paul won, we have to say that the winner is Tokai for us today. The tones are amazing, it looks amazing, and it plays amazing. Let us know in the comment section below what you think.